Good evening and welcome to the call for the night. I'm going to turn on my screen here. I didn't really mean to be on camera tonight, but okay, so here we are. All right, so what I want to talk about tonight is doing a little more discussion on just some ways that you can be thinking about doing your summit in either the end of 2020 or even the beginning of 2021. And if you start thinking about it in a different way, I think that you'll be able to, see the real value in doing them, even if you don't want to do a big deal. And I always kind of feel like these things, when you see other people do them, you start to feel like, man, this is a little too big for me. This is a little beyond me. And you really don't have to feel that way. I really have outlined almost a no frills way for you to be able to do your own summit. It's really broken down into a way that you can understand without being, without having a big process and understanding the core of what you're doing. You can get that course and you can teach your own customers how to do their own summit at the plrshow.com/VSULMTD. Again, VSULMTD. All right. So let's talk about networking before we get into this. And there's an audio book that I highly recommend that you read or listen to. And it's by the late Dr. Thomas J. Stanley. And he wrote The Millionaire Next Door. You probably have heard of that book. You probably even read it, and it's a great book on understanding what people who are really wealthy really live like, right? And this was, he wrote this back in, I think, the 90s. It became popular, and it really dispelled some of the myths of, people who are trying to look rich as opposed to those who are. And the name of the book is Networking with Millionaires. And once again, I really suggest that you do read that book, when you have a chance to do it. Now, there is a print version, but I'm talking about the audiobook version because there is real value in that audiobook if you have a chance to hear it. And what I like about the audiobook is it's Dr. Stanley in his own voice, right? And so he's really talking, as himself. And if you've never heard Dr. Stanley, let me open up the Restream chat here. If you ever heard Dr. Stanley, he's being interviewed by, a gentleman, and they are talking about, they're talking about this concept. And so the book was written in 1998. It's still very relevant today, even though, we have the social media era. And I'd say it's almost even more relevant today because everybody is using social media to do some of the same things that we used to do, just by having, some savvy to kind of get in touch with people. And so the book wasn't made for the social media world. Now, here's what I will say about that. If you embrace the concepts in this book, what you will do almost instantly is realize that the world is bigger than the people you can contact on social media. And you will instantly see the benefit of understanding networking from this perspective. You will instantly start reaching people at a higher level and you're outside of your own network in ways that you would not have done before once you understand this book. So I'm going to talk about one aspect of it, and there's a scenario that he calls, I think it's called the Talent Scout in the book, and you'd have to read it. And basically, what the marketer in that book does, and when I say marketer, this gentleman he was an insurance salesman, right? And so basically, what he did was he called on a trade association, and instead of just kind of going in and say, hey, can you give me an audience in front of all your people so I can talk to them about life insurance? That is not what he did. Basically, what he did was he asked them, hey, I know your industry. Can I bring together, some speakers specifically for your industry? And at that point, he called it the Speaker Advisory Council, whatever it was. Again, so back in the 1990s. And obviously, this would be different for you and different from you from the standpoint if you're thinking about doing a summit. And basically, what he did was he put on a seminar for this trade association. Now, I'm not saying that you can go marching into a trade association and this is going to work for you instantly, but what I am saying to you is that you have the same power that this gentleman had. And basically, the professionals that he went to get in order to do the speaking at this, at this seminar for this particular trade association, they were thankful to him and they really wanted to express their gratitude to this salesman. Now, again, the salesman was not in that business. What he was doing was he was networking. The trade association was thankful. So, in other words, not only were the people who got a chance to speak thankful, but the other people who actually had the seminar done for them, they were thankful also. And what happened was, as a salesperson, you ended up getting a lot of business from many of the members of the trade association because he put on this event for them. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road for you as a marketer. Obviously, this is a great way of you being able to use the summit model. And basically, you find an organization and you will do the summit for them. And you're not going to charge them and you're not going to be the one to get the revenue. They're going to get the revenue. Now, what do you get from that? Basically, what you're going to be able to get is you're going to be able to get in front of people that you never would have been able to get in front of before, number one. Number two, you get the list. That was even better than that was even better than what this gentleman did. Even though what he had was a stack of business cards, if you do a summit for somebody, you were going to have that list. Now, again, you'd have to target that industry so that when you did it for this trade association, I mean, I guess you could do one for a chamber of commerce in your local area. You're going to have all those local businesses then as part of your own virtual Rolodex. And basically, again, think about an organization where you can go and do the summit for them, setting it up, going through the process of helping them to get the speakers. And again, when you do this, obviously, no, you're not going to get paid right away, but you are going to have the list. All right. Okay, so that was just a very brief idea on how you could do this. Any questions or any questions on this idea of how you can do summits for other people? Any questions? Okay, if you found any of these sessions or this session or any session helpful for you, please give us a shout out at the plrshow.com/shout. And then make sure to check out the daily live replay. You can pick that, you can watch that at the plrshow.com/PLR training live. Again, plrshow.com/PLR training live. And once again, you can pick up it should say virtual summit playbook. You can pick that up at the plrshow.com/VSULMTD. Again, the plrshow.com/VSULMTD. Okay, so with that, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.